All right, guys, what is going on? We got our week 5 recap here. Before we get to the calls, just a couple quick stories I want to talk about real quick. If you guys are members, the call-in link is linked on the members community tab. What's going on, Syracuse Royce? Mario, Jordan, Playboy, Sonic, Colby, Luke, Brian. What's going on, everyone? Damon, Joseph, Bart, Colby, Zachary. What is going on, guys? Fishy, what's going on? Zach, Isaiah, Andrew, Captain Cowboy. What's going on, everyone? Stad Falcons, Apple Pie, Stop, RC Plane Builder, Greg. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about real quick here before we get into the calls is what's going on, Travis? Just Matt Rule got fired. I was actually surprised he got fired this quick. It's October 10th. I mean, think about it. Last year, Urban Meyer got fired in December? After everything that happened with him in that short span of time. He still didn't get fired till December with all the controversy surrounding him and how bad the Jacksonville Jaguars were playing. So I was a little surprised definitely to see Matt Rule fired. Luke, if you're still on here, Luke was saying last night he made a bet with his friend that Matt Rule wouldn't get fired until November. And I was like, yeah, I don't see him getting fired in October. Like, it seems so early, right? Like, it seems so early to let go of a head coach, no matter how bad they're doing. And, yeah, he got fired literally the next day. So what do I know? I'm sorry, Luke. I literally thought of you when I heard the news that Matt Rule got fired. I was like, oh. But, yeah, he's still going to get paid that crazy contract money. It just wasn't working out. Like, we knew Matt Rule was going to get fired. I said it last week on the power rankings, but like, all right, so this team stinks. We know Matt Rule's getting fired. The question now is, when is he going to get fired? Is it before the season ends? How early in the season? And it turns out it's October 10th. Like, crazy. And again, comparing it to Urban Meyer last year, Urban Meyer didn't get fired till December. And that was literally a circus. So much controversy going on there. What's going on, Jacob? Hey, I appreciate it, Ian. So, I was a little surprised when I heard that. Obviously, we knew he was going to get fired, but was surprised that it was this early. I'm trying to think. I was trying to look up who the last head coach was that got fired in October, and I couldn't find it. It's hard for me to find. I was looking for a database of all fired head coaches, but it's kind of hard to find it. I was looking it up. Next thing I want to talk about is obviously the roughing the passer call. This is like the top story I want to say yesterday, the most talked about thing yesterday. Tom Brady getting that roughing the passer call versus the Falcons that basically decided the game. And I think Gruden resigned in, October. I think it was a little later in October, but I count that as like a different circumstance. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of a different circumstance there. Not the usual coach firing going on there. What's going on, Cap? What's going on, Parker? So, about the roughing the passer. Absolutely brutal. I don't think anyone's out here saying that's a good call. I don't think anyone has the take of, oh, that was okay, maybe it was roughing the passer. The only thing I've heard people possibly say is, oh, maybe with what happened with Tua and the way his heads got hit back during those concussions, are they trying to protect the players from that? I didn't even see Brady get tossed or like flung back on that play. Like, it was nothing unnecessary about that. That was how you tackle someone. It was like just the tackle you see almost every single game. And yeah, obviously a lot of controversy with that because it is Tom Brady and the calls that he has gotten. Honestly, at first, I didn't watch the game live, but at first when I saw the clip on Twitter of the roughing the passer call, or of the roughing the passer play, I thought Brady didn't have the ball. I thought that's why they were calling it roughing the passer, because I thought he didn't have the ball. And then I realized he had the ball, and I was like, how is this different from any other sack, And the worst thing about the call, the worst part about that call is how late in the game it was and how it basically decided the game. A call like that in the first quarter, yeah, you're going to be upset about it for sure, because, automatic first down, 15 yards, it's a big penalty, right? So yeah, if it happens in the first quarter, you're going to be upset, right? But for it to happen late in the game, in the fourth quarter, it basically decided the game. It's having that call right there. And I hate when refs make calls like that late in the game. And I'm not just talking about roughing the passer, even stuff like pass interference where it's like borderline pass interference late in the game. You don't want the refs deciding the game. You don't want, a little contact deciding the game. Like, I'm always of the philosophy, you call the game the same way throughout. You call a certain game, like obviously when you're playing wide receiver or something and you notice the ref isn't really calling pass interference much. It's going to be a more physical game. You can get handsy. If you're a cornerback, you can get handsy because the ref's not calling a super tight game. But if a ref is calling a tight game, you're like, all right, I got to keep my hands off. So yes, call the game consistently throughout. But when you're making a game-changing play when you're making a game-changing call in the fourth quarter that's going to like decide the game, that's terrible. Like, I feel like we've seen that a lot recently with bad calls that have almost just decided the game. We got to figure out a way to make sure refs can't decide games, We got to make sure like these egregious calls aren't deciding games. And yeah, that's what I got to say about that. Just real quick to go over the title of this video. New York football is decent. Like, finally. I don't know. New York football has been atrocious for the past, 5 years, 6 years. Absolutely disgusting. Jets and Giants. Like, a joke. A joke of a city for football. And both teams got pretty big wins yesterday. I know the Jets were playing against the third-string quarterback and all that, but they put up 40. And Zach Wilson's looking decent. Like, he's looking decent. He's looking like he's moving in the right direction. Breece Hall's legit. Sauce Gardner is looking like a young lockdown corner. And it's just good. It's good vibes in New York right now. Like, finally. No one expected these teams to have winning records at this point. I didn't. And I'm not saying, they're going to the playoffs or this and that, but it's just so much better than it's been in the past. And yeah, watch it all come crumbling down because that's just what seems to happen here. But definitely just some positive signs here for the first time in a long time for New York and football. Like, first time in a long time, positive stuff is going on. Yes, they're technically not from New York, but they technically are from New York. They're started in New York because the Giants used to play at Yankee Stadium, but then they moved to New Jersey probably for like tax purposes and stuff. Yeah, I think one of you guys in the chat told me like that there was like a lawsuit going on because the Giants were using the New York name but paying New Jersey taxes. So yeah, I'm pumped about New York football. It's just a good vibe when both teams are playing decently, surprising people. It just makes it more fun around here because I'm in New York. And yeah, I guess we'll get to the calls now. And I'm going to set up my timer again. I'm still on the bandwagon. Not the bandwagon. It's not really there's a bandwagon, but I was on the Hubs channel a couple weeks ago. You guys know him. He's a Giants YouTuber. One of my good buddies on YouTube here. He's a Giants content creator. And I was talking with him and KB on their stream, on their show. And we were just talking about how the Giants should move to Queens. Like, how there's literally land by, like, Citi Field, kind of by where the World's Fair was. Kind of by Arthur Ashe Stadium, where they have the U.S. Open. Over there, they could put in a stadium over there. And they should. It would be so much easier to get to. I mean, I'm biased because I'm in New York, so, like, getting to Jersey is a hassle, and I don't like going to games for that purpose. But they just built MetLife, and that's my other thing, is they just built MetLife. It's a relatively new stadium, and it's so ugly. It's so ugly. It's like the ugliest new stadium there is. They really messed up with that thing. It's like a concrete bowl. And it's so weird because like when you go to MetLife, the American Dream Mall is right there. So it's like a giant mall in the stadium and then it's just like highway. I don't know. It's like a weird setup. It looks like a toaster, says Damon. Yeah, literally it does. It's just, you look at all these new stadiums, like the one in Atlanta, you got SoFi, one in where the Vikings play in Minnesota. They're beautiful. But the Giants were like, no, let's make it ugly. Which stinks. There's no like charm to it. Nothing cool about it that makes it unique. So that's my gripe with the stadium for MetLife. Also, There was like a proposal a while ago. I don't know how close it got to actually being done, but I knew some people were talking about putting the Jets stadium in Manhattan where Hudson Yards is. If you guys are familiar with Manhattan, it's like very west. It's like the westernmost part of the island, kind of by the low 30s, high 20s. They were going to try to put a stadium there maybe. It's actually pretty close to, they would have been pretty close to MSG, but like, I don't know how they would have done that. Like the parking, I don't know how you would have parked there in the middle of Manhattan. Like how are you supposed to tailgate? It would be like a weird setup. You got to have that place in like, you got to have it. You got to have the room because even like MetLife, that stadium fills up and the parking lot is huge. Like the parking lot fills up. But yes, numbers, stadiums. Giants should have built a better one. So I'm going to connect my headphones here so we can take some calls here. Again, guys, please respect the 3-minute timer. I beg you to please just, when you hear that thing go off, please just wrap up your sentence. It's very much appreciated, just so I can be fair with everyone, try to get to everyone. And again, we're talking week 5 this week. That's what we're talking about. And let's try to keep it on that, guys. 3-minute warning, yeah. Hey, Cedric, let's go, G-Men, baby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go, Giants. They're unreal right now. Jets will not make the playoffs. I mean, yeah, probably not. But, like, I think from Jets fans I've spoken to, like, that I've known from living here, they're, like, 6 or 7 wins. They're like, all right, that's good for us. 6 or 7 wins. And that was before this week, so maybe that was before last week. So maybe it's changed now that they've won back-to-back games. But we will we'll see if Jets fans are now thinking they're going to make the playoffs. But it honestly stinks because the Giants have it so much easier than the Jets because the Giants are in the NFC. Jets in the AFC, that is just such a tough division, such a tough conference. They have a ton of competition there. They're in a really tough spot. For the Giants, it's like, all right, like the 4-1 for the Giants feels a lot better than 3-2 for the Jets, just outlook-wise, standing-wise. Because of how tough the AFC is right now and how wide open the NFC is. It's really crazy. But I'm happy for the Jets. As a Giants fan, I'm happy for the Jets. I love to see just like good New York vibes and people can stop clowning us, you know? I just don't want to be clowned as a city. All right, let me go over in here. Entering the studio. All right. Test. Yeah, guys, I know the camera's going to freak out. Oh, we're packed back here already. I know the camera's going to freak out here. Hold on. Deactivate. Activate. We're good. All right, we're just going to go in order here. Let me add myself so everyone can hear me. And first, we got Luke. Luke, what is going on?
Hey, what up?
Oh, we got your cheese head.
Yeah.
I love it. So what's up?
I honestly think you guys are heading to the playoffs.
Oh! Okay, sorry, that definitely just screamed into the mic. Really?
Yeah, what
can't even say that yet about the Giants because I'm just too scared.
Well, what I saw yesterday, you guys might not be the most impressive team, but efficiency is key.
Gritty bunch. Luke was there, by the way, guys. He was at the Giants game in London and Tottenham.
Yeah, it was like a 60-30-10 split.
And he's a Packers fan, guys.
Go, Pack, go.
You can't see it, but he's wearing a cheese head. He's wearing literal cheese on his head.
Yeah, I managed to get this yesterday.
I always wanted one, even though I'm a Giants fan. They look so squishy.
Yeah, they are comfortable, but the foam on the skin thing concerns me a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that, especially when it gets warm out.
Yeah. But no, I honestly do think you guys are heading to the playoffs.
I appreciate it. I'm scared though. I'm scared to say it myself because I've been let down too many times. So I'm scared.
My cousin came with me to the game yesterday, and to call them a casual fan is being kind.
Why? What happened?
Even before they were lining up at the line of scrimmage, he was calling out the play.
For which team?
For you guys. And we still weren't
really?
able to stop it.
Oh my gosh. Feed Saquon, baby.
Yeah, pretty much.
Feed Saquon the cheese.
And even when he went out hurt, even Matt Breida was tearing it apart.
Yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way. I mean no disrespect by it. I didn't even know Matt Breida was still in the league.
I know, no, there's no disrespect. No, yeah, he's dealt with a ton of injuries for sure.
I seriously did not know that guy was still in the league.
Yeah.
Let alone.
Definitely.
I just want to go back to the start of the second quarter when I was happy.
Yeah. And when I thought the game was literally over.
Do you know when I knew for a fact that game was over?
When?
And I'll finish this up and jump off.
Yeah, no problem. Just tell me. Yeah, tell me when. I'm curious.
Do you remember a few years ago when we beat Dallas in the divisional round and that Jared Cook catch? The one on the sideline.
Oh, yeah. And it was like a minute left, right? Or something, and Rodgers went driving down the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that game was over as soon as Randall Cobb did the exact same thing and we failed to get any points on the drive.
I knew Randall Cobb caught that as soon as that play happened, though, and my dad was like, "No way, he did not, no way." And I was like, "No, he definitely caught that. This is gonna get overturned." I knew he caught that.
I knew he caught it, but I was getting worried at how long the refs were taking to.
Yeah, it was like really clear that he caught it. I'm surprised the ref right there didn't even call it complete initially.
I'll jump off and
appreciate it, Luke.
Good game.
Yeah, GG's. Good games. Good game. Singular. All right, I'll talk to you soon, Luke. All right, next we got Travis. What is going on, Travis?
Not much. Thinking about, did Brady get full custody of the refs or did Giselle? I don't know how that went, but anyways, instead of punishing the players by throwing flags for roughing the passer, fine the organizations. They apparently got plenty of money to not be able to afford top of the line medical staff to properly evaluate concussions if they're going along the lines of what they're saying with Tua. You know what I mean?
You mean find the organizations if they mishandle concussion?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because it said that, the Dolphins and the doctors who evaluated him went through the protocol correctly. So it's a weird situation. Like, how could you have gone through it correctly and that happened?
Yeah, like they had him watching McGruber. Now, I don't have an extensive history of concussions, but I know that you're not supposed to be watching screens and you're not supposed to be falling asleep with concussions.
Yeah, you mean on the plane ride back from Cincy? Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, they, like that. He felt good and was just watching McGruber on his phone with McDaniel.
Hope it was a good movie.
But yeah, I mean, I think the whole situation with Tua was definitely bizarre.
Well, yeah. Other than that, I would say that we may not have gone down. I mean, Mariota would have probably fumbled or some kind of voodoo magic, you never know with Brady, would have happened, but at least give us the chance to be able to go down the field and try to get the game-winning score.
Yeah, that was definitely a bad. No, I don't think anyone thinks that was a good roughing the passer call at all. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going. So yeah, that's all I need to say. I'm gonna hop off now and just listen to the rest of the callers. Thank you, Lauren.
Appreciate you calling in, Travis.
All right, have a good rest of your
You
day.
too. All right, next we got Sad Falcons. Actually, let me reset the clock here. Reset. And we're good. What is going on, Sad Falcons?
Oh, Lauren, y'all brought me in for a good one. No, I'm not talking about the roughing the passer call. I'm talking about some of the other stupid things that happened. My main thesis, though, is to talk about one of the worst NFL games, I think, of all time that happened on a certain Thursday night. Before I get to that, the Jets, out of all teams, to think of that, the Jets are 3-2 and have the same record as the Chargers, who, by the way, barely beat the Browns, is something that's not fathomable. And also, the Chargers won in a reverse type of psychology because the Browns straight up missed a field goal, which is something the Chargers have been notorious of doing.
Yeah.
However, my biggest fear of those Chargers is that I don't know if the team could make the playoffs because I'm not 100% sure if Justin Herbert can carry the team or the offensive line is an issue or really the defense is the issue because I've not been able to check up or watch all the Chargers games. It's just like even Keenan Allen voiced that it was way too close. I saw that on Sunday night. He voiced that the game was way too close. So that was one thing. But it's time to get to the dumpster fire. That was the Colts versus the Broncos matchup. This was so bad, I'm literally about to make a video on this game. That's how bad it was. The Broncos, Russell Wilson almost looks like he's a shell of his former self.
Yeah.
And some of those passes he threw were just some other random zip code. And he is getting ripped, by the way, by a lot of his teammates, former teammates and current teammates. But it's not all just on Russell Wilson. Nathaniel Hackett is awful. People talk about Matt Rule fired right now. Hackett is next. He has got to go, no matter what their record is. He's not fit to be an NFL play caller and stuff that I don't even know where he came from or where he was, like his last coaching job was. But he's not fit for the NFL.
He was Packers offensive coordinator. And that's my thing, though, with hiring an offensive coordinator from a team that had a good quarterback, like
Josh McDaniels is the perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Like offensive coordinators that are coming from good quarterbacks and elite quarterbacks. Like how good of offensive coordinators are they actually?
Bill O'Brien is the same way. More, he destroyed the entire team is what he actually did. Yeah, but not getting away. The Colts, Matt Ryan, legitimately, it almost looks like he's just playing old. It's like they're throwing. It's like they're not throwing the ball. And you said Frank Wright's looking old. Not only is he stressed, I don't know if he should continue coaching just because he might die from all the stress. Because the team itself was just it's not good. So yeah, I think that's my time up there. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off now after talking about that and make the video because I'm gonna be scorching everyone in this that was involved in the game. So see you later.
Appreciate you calling in, Sad Falcons.
All right, see you later.
I'm gonna get to these other calls in one sec, guys, but I just want to continue off that point for a sec about the Nathaniel Hackett that Sad Falcons brought up about him as a head coach. I think something really interesting that I've noticed is these head coaches that were offensive coordinators on teams with really elite quarterbacks, like Josh McDaniels. Bill O'Brien used to be the Patriots offensive coordinator way back then too. Nathaniel Hackett was the Green Bay Packers offensive coordinator. And it's you see these teams who've had these elite quarterbacks for so long, who are just these elite veterans. It's how good of a coach are they actually? And how much is that the player on the team making them look good? Look at Ben McAdoo. Ben McAdoo was on that Packers. I believe he was the Packers offensive coordinator before. Wait, I think he was the Packers offensive coordinator before he was the Giants head coach. Ben McAdoo, which would actually be hysterical because I've seen the Ben McAdoo comparison from Nathaniel Hackett. He was the offensive coordinator for the Giants first, and then before that, he was the quarterbacks coach. Okay, my bad. He was the quarterbacks coach on the Packers. He was the quarterbacks coach on the Packers, then the offensive coordinator on the Giants, then the Giants head coach after, Coughlin left, retired. They parted ways. He was basically fired. But it's just really interesting. And then you look at a guy like Brian Daboll, who the Giants hired this offseason, offensive coordinator, right? Offensive coordinator with an elite quarterback there, right? But it's different. I think the big difference we're seeing is Josh Allen was not elite from the day he stepped foot in the league. Josh Allen had to develop. And, his development, it took a while. It took longer than we see these young quarterbacks take to develop. He took longer to develop than Mahomes, than Lamar. He took a long time to develop and become the guy that he is today. And Daboll was the offensive coordinator for that. And I think that's really the big difference is when you're bringing in these offensive coordinators as head coaches, what talent were they working with? And I think you could say the same thing about Mike McDaniel, offensive coordinator for the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo was the quarterback, and Jimmy Garoppolo was definitely not elite, right? But they do a lot of interesting play calling, a lot of creative play calling. They run the ball well. I think that's a really big thing you got to look at when you are hiring these offensive coordinators is what talent are they working with on offense? And that's what was honestly my concern a little bit when the Giants brought in Mike Kafka as offensive coordinator. He was the Chiefs quarterback coach before this. And I'm like, all right, the Chiefs, super creative play calling, right? Like Andy Reid, great head coach. Their play calling on offense, super duper creative. They do a lot of good stuff, especially in the red zone. And I was like a little nervous though, because I was like, how good of a coach is he? He's been Mahomes' quarterback coach. And then you realize, once I started watching the Giants this year, I was like, oh, he's a great play caller. He learned a ton of stuff in Kansas City. He knows how to run those creative plays. So I think you gotta see who these offensive coordinators are working with and for how long before you can just automatically be like, yes, this team was winning with him as offensive coordinator. That's our head coach right there. And again, I just want to give Daboll his flowers right now. Yes, I know I'm a Giants fan, but come on. They just beat the Packers with their top 4 wide receivers out. Not their top 3 starting wide receivers. Their top 4 wide receivers were out. Their top 4. Kenny Golladay out. Kadarius Toney out. Wan'Dale Robinson out. Sterling Shepard out. Top 4 guys out. Literally bringing guys up off the practice squad to start in that game. And somehow they still win. Somehow they still win. One of their best defensive players, Leonard Williams, didn't play. They still were able to shut out the Packers in the second half, except for the safety, but that's not obviously on the defense, and that was done on purpose. I just got to give this guy his flowers because I thought it was a good hire, but I never would have expected him to be this much of a coach. And honestly, these Giants wins have been mostly coaching. It hasn't so much been the players, but it's been really the coaching, because you look at this Giants roster and you're like, there's no one good on this roster, really. This roster is just so average, so mid, for lack of a better term. Literally no guys went to the Pro Bowl last year, no players on the top 100 list. There's none of that outstanding talent there. Saquon obviously coming back is a huge boost and returning to his old self, but we know last year he wasn't his old self. But just what he's been able to do with this roster with no top 100 players, no Pro Bowlers, no nothing on this team. Or no Pro Bowlers last year. Like Saquon was Pro Bowler his rookie year and all that. Is really, really, really impressive. And I got to give Daniel Jones his flowers too, because you guys know I've been highly critical of him. I call it as I see it with him. But yesterday he was just such a grinder. With his top 4 wide receivers out. Let alone you're missing that talent, but you're also missing that chemistry, guys you haven't really worked with. Being able to get the job done, being safe with the football, not making dumb decisions, holding on to the ball, not fumbling. Got to give the guy his flowers. He was literally bleeding. His hand was bleeding, all down here, because he was running when he had to. He was taking hits. Tough guy. All right, we're going to get to some more calls now here. Just wanted to go on my little coach's rant. Brian, what's going on?
Hey, good afternoon, Lauren. A few things to that I want to say in regards to how everyone talks about the Brady situation, the Brady roughing the passer. I get it. That was bad. That was awful. I knew when I saw the sack, I thought, okay, Falcons have a chance. And then when I heard the crowd cheering and the flag thrown, I said, oh no, please don't be what I think it is.
Yeah.
And when they called that, I said, oh crap, the world is gonna go crazy. Everyone's gonna say Brady, it's rigged for Brady, it's all for Brady, it's Brady. But then I go back and I look at that game because I was watching that game thoroughly, and I thought to myself, there was a petty holding call on Mike Evans, I think by Trail or someone that was holding on, that was quote unquote holding him. I think that was right. I didn't think the Vita Vea roughing the passer on Marcus Mariota was right. I think Fournette got robbed on the first down, but that's just me. But my point is, he's always been an awful ref. So what do you expect? And I think there was also like a missed PR and missed legal contact to Scotty Miller. I thought that should have been called, but it wasn't. So the referees are always going to be bad, but you can't just pinpoint that loss on Brady solely because of the roughing the passer. It's awful. I get it. It's horrible in the middle of the game. But you can't just pinpoint that as the reason why the Falcons lost. Not saying you are.
Yeah.
And you can't go down 21-0 as well and play like that for 3 quarters. You just can't do that. I don't care what anyone says. You got to show up and play. 1 quarter is not enough. You got to show up. We had a similar situation like that when we were playing the Bills in 2020 for the Rams. We were down 28-3, oddly. Came back, had a quote-unquote interception that was a bogus interception that should have been a penalty, but we got away with that. Came back, took the lead. Final drive of the play. Josh Allen led them down the field. What happened? Well, let's just say Gabriel Davis and a cornerback got involved. Got involved with one of our cornerbacks. A pass interference was called. A weak one was called. Was I mad about it? Initially, yes, but I thought back and I said, you know what? We came back. We should have won, but we didn't play well, and we got away with some calls. So it is what it is, and we couldn't stop it on 3rd and longs on like 2 straight plays. So that's on us. So that's what I'm trying to get at there. And speaking of the Rams, we played like crap yesterday. I don't care what anybody says. I was talking with a Cowboys fan when we were watching, because we were chatting on Discord and watching the game. I was ranting and raving like a Yinzer would from Urinating Tree. On the Stafford fumble, the muff punt, and then the Stafford interception, and then the Stafford fumble to end the game. I thought, my goodness, we're getting wrecked right now. We are getting annihilated. We can't do anything right. Like, the game plan is wrong. And I mean, right now we're 2-3, and I'm not happy with that, of course, but it's bad. Yeah, whatever, Luke. Okay. So let me just say that.
No, yeah, you can definitely finish your thought for sure.
And then the TNF game that you were talking about, let me just make this quick point.
Yeah, for sure.
Game plan is like an advanced calculus you would take in college. It is so complicated. I have no idea what type of offense they're running in the red zone, and the red zone is like crushed red pepper on Russell Wilson's nose instead of the spicy hot Subway sandwich. So you're sneezing all the time in the end zone that all you can get is sniffle field goals. That's the problem with the Broncos right now. And now they're saying that Russell Wilson has a shoulder injury. I'm like, really? Shoulder injury?
Really?
Are you saying that? So shoulder injury where he's so late on his reads? What's up with that?
Yeah.
And
oh my God, KJ Hamler. I saw his reaction first without seeing, the replay of how wide open he was. I saw how frustrated he was, and I was like, damn, I feel bad for him. It's tough, lost in overtime. He's so emotional. And then I realized he's so upset because he was wide open. I don't know how Russ missed that read. How do you miss that read? KJ Hamler was like, over here, wide open in the end zone. What an end of the game.
Because he was looking at Cortland Sutton the entire time.
That was Daniel Jones' one of his biggest fault last year. You can't lock on a receiver. That's a terrible habit. If you're locking in on your receiver and not going through your progression, I don't know why.
I don't know either. I mean, you're Russell Wilson. You're bleeping Russell Wilson. You should know better than to just stare at your wide receiver against probably the best cornerback on that team, by the way, in Gilmore. So, and then, okay, good job on your win yesterday, by the way.
Thank you.
When I got out of church and I saw Tom Grossi's tweet and I saw 5 points tweets and I said, "Uh-oh." So I went to grab breakfast. I got home and I saw the end and I laughed and I said, I don't want to talk to Packer fans right now. But it's just hysterical because I thought of you. I thought one of my other friends and I thought of 5 points because I said, "Oh, they're so elated and happy right now."
Yeah, I was like, I had not seen Tom that angry. I went back and watched that in his live stream. Like, he was like, Tom is like a pretty even keel dude, but like, he was like, that's the most angry I've seen him. Like, he was like mad. Like, I was like, oh, he's mad. Like, he's usually pretty calm.
He was legit mad.
Yeah, like he was like angry. Mad. I was like, oh, I understand, but I was like, whoa, I never seen Tom like that.
And then it was so funny where he said, he said, "Oh, I have a lot to say about the LaFleur comments about blaming the defense instead of the offense."
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
My first reaction was, "Is this days of our Packers?" But I mean, I laughed. I laughed when I saw that, and that was it. And actually, quick off topic. I know this is not NFL related, but I know that because your team's in it starting tomorrow. How nervous are you for the Yankees?
Honestly, I'm not super nervous.
Really?
I'm not super confident either, but like honestly, just like I haven't watched a ton of baseball this year, and like obviously I'm gonna watch the playoffs like every game because that's like usually what I do when I'm even if I don't watch a ton of games during the season. But I feel like I have a lot of good going on right now. Usually it's like just the Yankees are the only hope to do something, right? Like usually it's like the Giants suck, the Knicks suck, Rangers, whatever. Now I'm like, all right, like. I got the good vibes from the Giants. I got the good vibes from the Rangers, where I have like this little weird bit of confidence with the Yankees.
I'm just gonna say,
my dad doesn't think they're making the World Series, though. I will say that.
I actually picked Houston, and you're gonna be shocked on this one. I picked Houston and Atlanta to get back to the World Series. I did not pick my Dodgers. As much as I really want the Dodgers to win it this year, especially, the hashtags win for Vin, et cetera,
yeah.
111 wins. We're going up against a juggernaut in the first round against San Diego, who, by the way, broke 5-point bits hard last night on Twitter.
Yeah, I was so surprised the Mets lost.
I was not. I picked San Diego to win. That's the wild card series. I picked them for this reason and this reason
I thought the
only.
pitching could hold them down, but they did not.
Well, actually, 2 reasons. One, the Mets haven't had success against the Padres, and 2, the Padres have been red hot, and the Mets have been really cold down the stretch.
That's my concern though with the Yankees. Guardians been red hot.
Well, that's kind of what I'm concerned about as well going into the playoffs for us because we're having a week off. We had some games, but we just need to be ready.
Yeah, same thing with the Yankees.
Against a team that's
first round bye.
And against a juggernaut. Well, yeah, that's the whole point. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I know this week's gonna be stressful as heck. I'm gonna try to get through it.
Best time of year though. It's the best time of the year.
Yes, there's a lot of sports coming up.
A lot of stress going on.
Yes, and this is probably where your channel can actually continue to blow up. The NBA starting next week. The NHL's coming up.
Yeah, NHL next week too. Yeah.
So we got 4
Tuesday,
sports
a week from tomorrow.
4 sports happening in 1 week. Go figure, right? American sports, by the way. I'm not talking about European.
And we got EPL going on too. Yeah, bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh, I was trying to. Yeah. I actually get off because I know you have other people waiting in line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, keep going. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
No, right. The conversation's getting good, and all of a sudden, you're like, oh shit, I gotta go. But
I'm always like, I'm the one who's not even implementing my own rule. I just want to keep it
I know, right? But yeah, so Monday Night Football's tonight, great, and then tomorrow's the Storm, and then some. So
yeah.
Help me.
I'm excited. I'm honestly not even that nervous for the Yankees. I'm more excited. Like, I don't know.
You have no expectations. You lost expectations for them.
Like, I just feel good. For some reason, I feel good. I know the bullpen's super duper hurt and all that, but like, I have this weird non-rational confidence.
Okay. I like that confidence you have.
But it's not rational, So I'll probably end up being sad,
So what are you gonna like watch the game with your dad as well and do those live stream reactions?
Yeah, so we're probably not gonna do live reactions for Yankees because then I have to do a baseball channel. Because what I've been doing is separating all my sports on different channels. Mm-hmm. So probably just gonna watch Maybe I'll go live on Instagram or something. You know.
Well, you'll probably you if I have a chance on Thursday, you'll probably hear me say something about the Dodgers, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, everyone's waiting. People are still waiting for calls, and I think Discord may be in trouble. I mean, StreamYard may have a little issue. I don't know, but I'll talk to you later. I'll see you on Thursday probably. Good luck.
Yep. Appreciate it, Brian. Have a good
Enjoy
one.
the stream tonight, by the way.
Thank you. You too.
Take care.
All right. Next, we got Damon in his Eagles jersey. What is going on, Damon?
I'm feeling great. We're 5-0. Let's go.
Absolutely.
I do have some concerns though, because first off, do you have heart medication? Because after yesterday, I think I'm gonna need it. The Eagles stressed me out that much yesterday.
I was like, yeah, this is actually a pretty close. It was closer than it seemed, that game. Like, as a non-biased, like not rooting for either team, like I kept forgetting. It seemed like the Eagles were so much farther ahead, but it was close there in the fourth.
Like everything that could go wrong basically did go wrong. We had 3 offensive linemen shuffle in and out of the lineup, so Jalen Hurts wasn't getting protected well. The defense couldn't stop anybody. Kyler Murray was having basically a field day, running around the pocket and everything.
Yeah.
Our offensive coordinator kept calling screen passes instead of all these other plays. Didn't want to run the ball until the fourth quarter, outside of a couple good creative plays at the goal line. I love the fact that they did a quarterback sneak in the Maryland eye, which is unusual, but they did it. And they had someone push Jalen Hurts in the end zone.
Yeah.
But I just everything that could go wrong did go wrong, and the fact that the team still won and got to 5-0 says how much resilience the team really has, and it's a beautiful sight. Because last year and the year before, this team would not have been able to do that. They would have lost the game.
Yeah.
I thought the whole time, oh, we're gonna lose this. But someone explained to me why Matt Amendola had a job. Like he literally missed the kick against Kansas City just a couple weeks ago, or for Kansas City against the Colts a couple weeks ago. And then the Cardinals pick him up because Prater's hurt, and he misses a field goal again. He missed him in pregame. And then Kyler Murray before that slides.
Yeah, that was the worst. Like that even goes back. That was a terrible play by Kyler, and then that was even. I will even draw that back to Cliff though. I'm super critical of Cliff, and like I think that just shows with his coaching. Like you got to coach your players to be heads up in those situations. Like you need to be practicing that. Know where the sticks are if you're gonna slide. Don't spike it right away. Then,
I get he's 5'9", but you still got to go in there and just take the hit and get.
Yeah, exactly. You have to at least know where the sticks are.
Yesterday. They should have won the game.
Yeah, literally, they could have scored a touchdown. Like they literally were in the position to score a touchdown.
So from what I understand, the stadium said 1st and 10, and that's what threw the Cardinals.
Oh,
off.
really?
That's why he spiked it. Yeah, apparently it said 1st and 10. The Eagles knew it was 3rd and 1, but the stadium didn't. The PA didn't. So the fans were confused and the Cardinals were confused.
That's crazy. That just shows though you can't go by what the PA says.
Right.
You gotta actually look at the sticks. You gotta look, and you gotta look when you're lying. That's crazy. Yeah, but that was just. I'm like, that's inexcusable for Kyler. He just got the bag. Like they literally just gave him the bag. Huge contract. You gotta know. You gotta be heads up in those situations.
Yeah, I just have one more point to say.
Yeah, for sure.
The one thing that I couldn't stand since the game ended was actually how the Philly media has been. Like they were very all in on the Eagles and everything. Oh, 4-0, all this. Then they have this ugly game yesterday, and all of a sudden they fall off.
Really?
You have Seth Joyner saying that they're going to get walloped by Dallas, and then you have all these other writers showing concern. I'm like, it's one ugly game.
Yeah, they still won. That's the thing. They still won. You don't get style points. It's just, can you close the game out?
You don't get style points.
Exactly.
And it's huge because now we get a chance to get sole possession by taking on Dallas next week, and I can't wait for that. But I'll get off here. Game. I'll let you go.
I appreciate it, and yeah, that's gonna be a great game, Damon. I'll say this: I'm not moving the Eagles out of the 1 spot on my power ranking. Like I thought about putting the Bills there, but I can't. I can't move the only undefeated team down to 2.
Hey, and your team's been impressive too. I mean, I gotta give you props.
Hey, I appreciate it, Damon. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah.
Have a good one. Thank you for calling in.
You too.
Bye-bye. Guys, let me just get to the super chats real quick. I'm sorry I got through these late. Tom Brady, I appreciate the super. Tom Brady says, hey, how you doing? Keep doing your thing. I appreciate that, Tom Brady, TB12. DM says, not Days of Our Packers but all my cheeseheads. Oh, that was in response to what Brian was saying about Tom Grassi. Aaron Judge. Wow, so many sports stars in here. Wow, so many sports stars. Aaron Judge says, keep doing you, I think you meant to say. Keep doing your thing. World Series 22, let's go. Yes, sir, baby. Yankees, World Series champs, please. Appreciate that super chat. Thank you guys. Next, we got Bumblebee. Bumblebee, what is going on?
First of all, I want to say I'm sorry for Tom. Like, what in the world did I witness? Like,
Yeah,
Packers
crazy,
had a
right?
chance to take this game, and yet they somehow blew it. Like, no disrespect to Tom and his team, but somehow they blew it. Like, I mean, Daniel Jones, in my opinion, played like Cooper Rush yesterday.
Yeah,
Like,
Cooper
they-
Rush still
both-
undefeated.
yeah,
Crazy
but
stuff.
Both quarterbacks didn't have touchdowns. And also, where is Matt Stafford?
Yeah,
Where is he?
he's not the
Like,
fourth quarter king anymore.
Yeah,
That's for
like,
sure.
I was shocked. I was watching it with my dad, and as soon as I saw, like, when Micah Parsons pretty much killed him, at that point I said he is not the same guy he is. Like, then he throws an interception to freaking it was Malik Hooker. I thought it was J-Ron Kurz. Wow. I mean, he needs to get targets. He needs to get Odell back. I mean, he lost Odell. Odell was gone. Who else was gone?
Robert Woods left.
Yeah.
They added Allen Robinson, but it's just not working out so far.
Robinson, like, yesterday he was non-existent. The whole time he was just non-existent. Like, I've never seen a team completely fall off the way they did. I mean, it was completely, it was unimaginable. I mean, I was watching going, are we really about to beat the Rams? I mean,
Yeah, and the Rams were favored in that one too by what, 4 maybe? I want to say, yeah.
like, I was like, yeah, I'm not saying we deserve to win. I don't think we really deserved it, to be honest.
But you guys did play well. I mean, you got to Stafford. I think you guys deserved I think the Cowboys definitely deserved that
Micah
win.
played pretty much with almost a broken groin.
Yeah, Micah, he went out with the injury, came back though. They ended that game with a sack
he turned into
fumble.
Lawrence Taylor. And I put pink in my hair for breast cancer, by the way. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah, I mean, I did that. Obviously, it doesn't look as good as I thought it would be. But I mean, I've never seen a Cowboys team completely like I underestimated them completely. I thought, no, Dak, we're done. I mean,
Yeah, I thought so too, and I have been so wrong about the Cowboys under Cooper Rush.
I was
So wrong.
My dad kept saying, well, if the defense can carry him, which I wouldn't say completely carried him, mainly our special teams too. I mean, oh God, we play the Packers on my birthday. No, my dad's birthday. No, we play the Packers on my dad's birthday, and on my birthday we play the Vikings.
Oh, wow.
Yay, we can beat
Two
Kirk
tough
Cousins
games.
again. We can beat Kirk Cousins again.
Yeah, Cooper Rush versus the Vikings.
If he does it again, like, I'm more anticipated about us and the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles completely, like, no disrespect to the Eagles, they've been phenomenal. I mean, I've never, like, last time I've seen them good was, I mean, maybe way before Jalen Hurts, definitely. But
yeah, Super Bowl year.
It's a head scratcher, really. It's like, do they need Nick Foles to completely carry them? And it seems like they don't anymore. They're all of a sudden now turning to Jalen Hurts. But the thing is, sooner or later, he's going to face something. That's what should be concerning a bit. He's going to have a moment where he's got to really. Is he going to get challenged?
Yeah, I definitely think, that challenging moment's going to come for the Eagles. But, if they are as good as a team as they are, they'll overcome it. I think every team, is going to face that. Is going to face that, adversity and that tough moment in the season. But, we'll know who's good in those moments by the teams that are able to bounce back from that. So I appreciate you calling in, Bumblebee.
I will say this, Broncos need Marshawn Lynch. Like, he did another Super Bowl again. He did it again. You threw it at a fourth and 1. What are you doing? Run the ball. You have freaking, who do they have running back?
Melvin Gordon now.
You can run it with him. I mean, I would trust him, I think. But I mean, yeah. Congrats to you guys as well. I mean, hey, we're the same record. I mean, as long as we're higher than Washington, that's all that matters.
Well, I appreciate you calling in Bumblebee, and I thank you for the kind words.
Problem.
I'll
Have a
talk
good
to you
day.
soon. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye. And we got our last caller for today. We got Colby. After this call with Colby, guys, we're going to be doing some fantasy. If you want to play fantasy against me for tonight, stay tuned for that. What is going on, Colby?
I just want to say I only have 3 picks wrong in my pool.
Whoa!
3
And I
games
know you came on here last week, and you said the Giants were your upset pick of the week, and you picked the Patriots to win, didn't you?
Yes.
So that, I just want to say, it's 2 very impressive calls right there, Colby. 2
And the Jets.
very impressive predictions.
And the Jets.
And you picked the Jets. Look at that. So what were now I got to know, though, what were the 3 you got wrong?
The Jags.
The Jags. That was a tough one.
The Bears.
The Bears. It was close, though.
And the Panthers. I picked the Panthers. I don't know why. That was
Had to go for the
bad.
upset.
Yeah.
The upset picks worked out well, though. That's super impressive. Giants, Patriots, and Jets, you all picked to win. That's huge picks.
I feel bad for Savion Smith, though. He left the field on an ambulance.
He
For
did?
the Lions. Yes.
Ooh. Did they say what happened?
Neck injury. Full movement in all his extremities stuff.
That's good.
Extremities.
That's good.
Yes, that's
But I
very good.
definitely did not expect the Patriots to shut out the Lions.
And right now I'm saying it. Giants beat the Ravens.
Oh, you're saying it now? All right. Well, because you're saying it, and you said it last week about Giants, Green Bay. So I hope that comes true now. I hope you're right in back-to-back weeks. I hope so. I really do.
And I'm saying Patriots will beat the Rams, and Mac Jones will be back this week.
Ooh. So you don't think they're gonna ride with Bailey?
Nope. He's not bad, though.
He's not bad. He did what he needed to do for a third stringer. I think that's definitely more than you could ask. More than anyone could ask is what he did for. I can't phrase that right, but he did way better than you would expect a third stringer.
I mean, 1-1. I mean, can't complain.
Yeah, exactly. Went toe to toe with Aaron Rodgers in the loss. Like, you can't complain. You can't complain.
And at Lambeau Field, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Exactly. I think Bailey Zappi did more than
Next
enough.
Tom Brady.
Next Tom Brady. Came in, replaced the starter, rookie.
I mean, I think the Bucs call was bad. That roughing the passer, that was bad.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm saying Chiefs win by 22 tonight.
Ooh, big number. I think they win. I'm not sure by how much, but 22. All right. I hope it's a high-scoring game, though. I mean, if they score at least, yeah. If they're winning by 22, they'll be putting up a lot of points.
I mean, the Giants definitely did not play good in the first half, but they did play good in the second half.
Exactly.
Saquon Barkley, I mean, played good. Daniel Jones played good.
Yeah.
I think they both get a contract this offseason.
They might. If they continue to play this way, they definitely will.
And my bold prediction for the season, Giants win the NFC East.
Whoa! I love it. As a Giants fan, I love it. It's definitely a bold prediction, but as a Giants fan, I love it. I love it. Going bold.
Go big or go home.
Literally, they're only a game out right now, so it's not so crazy. We're more than a quarter of the way through the season. It could happen.
Definitely not expected to be 4-1 though.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Colby.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too.
All right, guys. So that wraps in the call-in part of the show, and now we're gonna head on over to Underdog, and we're gonna play some fantasy. Anyone want to play fantasy against me tonight? Anyone trying to catch these hands in Monday Night Football fantasy? If you do, put it in the chat. Let me switch my screen now too to this screen. Hi. Hello. Uh-oh. All right. So, you guys know I am being sponsored by Underdog this season. Underdog Fantasy sponsoring me for this year. If you guys sign up with my promo code SheGotSports, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. So that means if you deposit $10 into your account, you will get $20 in your account to play with. Also, I'm giving away an NFL jersey. So this is how the NFL jersey giveaway is going. If you sign up for Underdog Fantasy and make your first deposit by October 16th, which is Sunday, you will be entered to win an NFL jersey of your choice. So basically what I'm going to be doing is taking all the names of everyone who signs up for Underdog Fantasy with my promo code SheGotSports and makes their first deposit. Then I'm going to randomize those names, and whoever wins, I'm going to shoot you an email and be like, hey, which jersey do you want? You'll tell me which player you want, and I'll send it to you. So that's how that works. So yeah, make sure you sign up for Underdog Fantasy because you'll also be entered to win an NFL jersey if you sign up with my promo code SheGotSports. Ooh, that's awesome, Hope. All right, guys. So Edward and Andrew, you guys want to do a 3-person for tonight? Or do you guys want to do separate 2-person drafts? 3 or 2, let me know. Because we can do a $3 for $8 prize, or we can do a 2-person 10 to 10. Which one? I can do 2 different drafts. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. I really did not expect them to win. So you guys want to do this one? Or if you guys want to go crazy, we can do the $25. You let me know which one you want. 3 for $8? You guys both go with 3 for $8? What's going on, Rob? So $10, we can only do 2-person. So I can start with a 2-person for 10, and I can do one with both you guys if you want. I'm 23. Because the 3-person entry with $10 is an instant draft, so you can't do a private draft for that. Tommy, what's going on? All right, me and Ed, we're going head to head here. My favorite animal? Ooh, I don't know. A dog? All right, I know where I'm going with pick 1, baby. I know where I'm going with pick 1. But I think it's nice to have the wraparound in this draft. Eight seconds till the draft starts, baby. And just so you guys know, I will be live for Monday Night Football, in case you didn't know. Boom. Ooh. 2 quarterbacks I'm going. My favorite football team is the Giants. Oh, I have another pick here. This is Underdog Fantasy. If you sign up with my promo code SheGotSports, They'll match your first deposit up to $100. So you would deposit 10, you'll get 20 in your account, baby. And you'll also be entered to win an NFL jersey if you sign up with my promo code by Sunday. NFL jersey of your choice. All right, so that's my squad. My squad is projected 69 points. Whoa, very nice. Very nice. And Edwards is projected 63. But listen, guys, I say this all the time. I've been projected to win so many times and I haven't won. So, Andrew, you want to do a head-to-head too? Because I'll make the private link now. Private draft now. My favorite football player, I don't know exactly who my number one favorite is. A lot of favorites. All right, Andrew, I'll make that one right now. Yeah, Lamar's awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Let's see if I get the number one pick again. No, I didn't, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay. I'll be okay, guys. Don't worry about it. That's right, guys. I'll be okay. I'll be all right. I'll be okay. All right, we got 35 seconds till the draft starts. And then that's going to be it. Once I finish this draft, that's going to be it for the stream. And I'm going to go eat. Well, I had like a late lunch. I don't know. I'm going to figure out what I'm eating for dinner. And then I will see you guys for Monday Night Football after this. Am I worried about Christian Kirk? I mean, he had a strong start to the season. I'm not super concerned about him. I know he got the big contract, but still, I think he's been decent so far. Tonight, it's the Raiders at the Chiefs. It's my last pick. I don't know why I'm going Renfro over Darren Waller, but I am. Yeah, 8:15 tonight. I just feel like Renfro's going to get more targets. I don't know. That might be a silly move on my part. All right, so let's see. I'm projected only 64 in this matchup compared to 69, which I was projected last time. And Andrew is projected 68, so I'm projected 4 less. Sorry. And actually right now we're going to do a little pick'em. Let's do a little pick'em as a group right now. Good luck, Andrew. So, what should I do for pick'em here? I feel like higher than 38.5 passing attempts for Carr. I don't know though. I feel like Josh Jacobs. These rivals are interesting. What do we feel for Josh Jacobs? I feel like we can go higher than 15.5 rushing attempts. Hunter Renfrow, I'm going to go higher than 4.5 receptions. I did one pick him before, but I'll do it again. I'll go higher with Mahomes fantasy points. Should we go higher with 76.5? Renfrow pick, not it. You don't think? I feel like he's due to break out, though. He had 7 receptions last week. Oh, no. That was 2 weeks ago. Sorry. Don't pick who? I gotta go with the higher on Kelsey fantasy points because I feel like he's getting a tutty. You know what I'm saying? I'll do one more on here and I'll put insurance on it. Wait, let's see if I did $5. With insurance, it'd be $30. I'll submit this. Without insurance, it'd be $50, but I can hit 3 or more. Maybe I'll do 7. I'll do this. All right, that's what I got. I think that's solid. Kelsey line free money for what? For the fantasy points? $12.5 fantasy points. 12.55 fantasy points for Josh Jacobs. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with that. Josh Jacobs fantasy points. I feel like Carr will have... Do we think Carr has 2 passing touchdowns? I don't know. It's not crazy, Nova. It's definitely not crazy to say that. I kind of like Devontae over 7 receptions. I don't know. What about you guys? Do you like that? What do you guys think for Devontae? Yards or receptions? Neither. Yards higher. Or do we say higher than 305 total yards for Mahomes? I don't know. I don't know. Fantasy points for Devontae? That's a lot of fantasy points, but I'll go with it. Higher for fan. All right, I'll just go fantasy points here. All fantasy points here. All right. We'll just roll with that. All right, we're just going to roll with this. There we go. No insurance on that one. We just went with the higher on everything. I've been wanting high scoring games. We haven't really got them, but all right. I might do a pick 'em. I might do a pick 'em, another pick 'em before the game too. But Underdog also has halftime fantasy. I mean, not halftime fantasy. Halftime pick 'em. So you could do a pick 'em entry at halftime. They have second half stats that they come up with during the first half, and when the first half ends, you could do higher or lower for certain stats for the second half. Like, I can show you guys. One of them from yesterday. This one. This was the second half one, as you can see. I went with the higher on everything here. Put $5 down, 130. So that was a successful pick'em entry there for a second half. So you can see 2H. So yeah, during the stream, maybe we'll do some second half pick'em. So guys, yeah, that is going to be it. Let me go back to my main screen. Just me. So that is going to be it for this stream. I'll catch you guys in literally like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something for Monday Night Football. I'm excited to see you guys there. Appreciate y'all. Peace.